Hey everyone, it's Ivan, kitbadger.com, out here for another gear review, and today talking med gear. This right here, which is the Solo Kit by Spiritus Systems. So we'll start with, what is it? It is a kind of turnkey sealed med kit that is not necessarily like an IFAK, but a lot of really general purpose stuff to get you out of a bad spot, hopefully. And it's all packaged and sealed by North American Rescue. Also sized pretty small, basically made to fit in, like, I think their sack, sub-abdominal carry kit, goes on their plate carrier, stuff like that. Or this right here, which is their Fanny sack Mark III. Put this guy in here, you can zip it up, and there's still actually plenty of room inside this thing to put stuff in front or even more stuff back there with it. Just a small compact med kit that can kind of deal with a lot of stuff. So what all is inside this pack? I will go over it real quick. I will say this is packaged and sealed in here. Cuts both ways. On the one hand, in an emergency situation, maybe you don't want to have to tear this open and then pull all this stuff out. But where are you carrying this? Where do you store it? So if this stuff is banging around loose somewhere, or keep in mind just some of this stuff is not packaged necessarily super tight like this. So you then run into, hey, is this package going to end up breaking loose while I'm carrying it somewhere, getting a bunch of dust in there, no longer sterile, versus it being here. 6 one way, half dozen the other, but we'll go over what is inside here. As you can see, I have some of it right here. So there's these elastic bandages. There's 2 of them. They are, I believe, 4 inches by 5 yards. And then there is 2 of these guys right here. Oh, shit, I need to go find that. Got it, recovered it. But back to this. 2 of these are 3 inches by 5 yards, Z-fold gauze. And then one of these little eye cups, should someone get an injury to their eye. Throw that on there, elastic bandage. Then there are these right here, which are nitrile gloves. Take note of the color. I actually really appreciate this. You're like, but I need some black ones because they're tactical. Yeah, that's cool until you can't see if there's blood on them. Versus this, fading light, no light, doing a blood sweep. You can actually see blood on these. That is a good thing. So appreciate this color choice in here as well. Again, there's a few things missing. So I'd mentioned 2 of these bandages, elastic bandages, also a HyFin chest seal, of which there's actually 2 for occlusive dressing, front and back, and a space blanket. Keep people from going hypothermic. So there's obviously a partial kit in my hand. What happened to the rest of it? Well, I was actually over at Thunder Ranch. Jack, one of the instructors there, he was going to do a med class. I was like, hey, do you want to burn through some stuff? And he's like, yeah, sure. So ended up basically running through this med kit and treating a couple different things. One, the idea of actually like packing wound with the gauze and then getting the bandage over it. And then also occlusive dressing. So through and through gunshot, clear clothing, get that occlusive dressing on the front, check for exit wound, get that one on the back, and then putting it all together because now you have someone that is hurt badly, recovery position, and getting them so they're hopefully not going to be hypothermic with that emergency space blanket. That kit does not have everything, but it has a lot of things. And what you can do with some Z-fold gauze and elastic bandage, you can actually do a lot with those. Not to mention the occlusive dressing of the HyFin chest seal. Again, not a full-blown IFAK, but it wasn't made for that. The Solo Kit was something that you can grab, bring with you with a little bit of knowledge and imagination, use these materials to treat a lot of different wounds. And then if you need to, based on your training and experience, you can start adding things to it. Like, do you need a dart in there? Have you ever actually darted someone? I darted a couple pigs. Would I do it if I needed to on a person? Yeah, for sure. I also have a crike. I've criked pigs. Would I do it to a person? Yeah, for sure. But not everyone probably needs a dart or a crike kit, right? Useful stuff with a little bit of knowledge. If you're looking for a good turnkey, simple med kit, honestly a really good place to start, check out this solo kit. Between this and a tourniquet, you're doing pretty good for most things you're probably going to run into. And in addition to that, compact, lightweight, everything's sealed in there, easy. I actually threw this in here, tourniquet down on the bottom, RMT, and out hunting with my son, to include traveling, even just getting there, going to Texas, going on pig hunt. I was like, hey, wear this. This is what's in here. With that, be aware of what's in here and something that comes with that. Price and the contents. One, this is consumable. Like, you break it out and you use it in an emergency. The first time you do that should not be an emergency. So with that, price-wise, you're looking at about 40 bucks. So just figure this kit's about 80 bucks. Why do I say that? Because you should get one, you should tear it open, and you should play with all of the things. Put an occlusive dressing on someone, pack a wound, take that Z-fold gauze, have someone make a fist, jam that whole thing of gauze in there, wrap it up with the elastic bandage, like do all of the things. Again, it's consumable. I get it. Costs 40 bucks. It's also a $40 lesson that'll hopefully save someone's life down the road. So consider it 80 bucks. So get one, play with everything, get a second one and use it. Or hopefully you don't have to use it, but put it somewhere where you have access to it should you need it. I do really appreciate Spiritus Systems' approach with this, not putting in NPAs, decompression needles, all of that stuff. Pretty simple, but also like well thought out stuff that with a little bit of creativity and some training, you can treat a lot of things with the contents of this. Nice, small, compact, sealed package. So if you want to get one directly through Spiritus Systems, again, about 40 bucks, figure 80 bucks. Get one, play with it, get a second one, put it somewhere in case that day when you actually need it. But last but not least, if you appreciate my content and want to support it, I greatly appreciate it. Whether it's liking and sharing videos or supporting me directly through Patreon, helps me go out, create more content for you. And little as $1 a month, get early access to videos, some exclusive stuff, and if you have questions for me, probably not down below, but over on Patreon, we have an active Discord. Happy to answer your questions over there. But as always, thanks for joining us at kitbadge.com. Look forward to seeing you next time.